Ingredients for the portly travelers: nachos. Best nachos you can possibly make, better than any restaurant. You're gonna need corn chips. We use que pasa, the unsalted ones, some olive oil, some cooking spray, a couple of jalapenos, some mozzarella cheese and cheddar cheese. We use 1 chicken breast, some green onions, and some sliced olives. Some taco seasoning. I make my own. You can use the store-bought. I find the store-bought really greasy and salty, so I make my own. I'll put the recipe below in the comments. Set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our olive oil. You can use any oils that you have. And I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of olive oil. And then we're gonna use about a tablespoon of the seasoning. I have my own. You can buy store-bought. And we're gonna mix this into a paste. So you're gonna add your raw chicken and mix it up. You want to coat all the chicken. You can also use ground beef. All you have to do is cut out the olive oil and add the spice directly into the raw beef and mix it in really good before you cook the meat. Now we're gonna cook this. I cook it like any other chicken breast. I put it on the stove, cook it at medium-high heat. It's about a 7 until it's nice and cooked and not pink. Shred your cheese. I use 200 grams of cheese in total, 100 of each. You are also going to want to pat dry your olives. All needs to be dry, or else you're gonna end up with soggy nachos. When you wash your peppers and your green onion, make sure that they are completely dry before using them in your nachos. While your meat's cooking, we like to use a small baking sheet or cookie sheet, and we cover it with tin foil. Make sure you leave room at both edges for handles so you can slide the nachos off. Then you're gonna take the baking spray and put a little light spray of cooking oil on the tin foil. And that's just so the cheese doesn't stick to the tin foil, but sticks to the nachos. Next, you're gonna take your corn chips and you're gonna slow and annoyingly lay out each chip. We do this so that you get maximum coverage for spice and toppings and cheese, and then each chip will crisp out just to perfection. Once your nachos are all laid out, you're gonna spray them with your cooking spray really lightly, and then take your taco seasoning and sprinkle it on the chips. It just adds an extra depth to your chip. Our first layer is ready, and we'll put some olives on. I know, we're a little persnickety, everything has to be perfect, but this is how you get better than restaurant nachos. You will blow people away. Same with the jalapenos, and then some green onion. Now half of your chicken. The more time you spend spreading things out and making it sort of even, the better they will be, and the more impressed your guests will be at your nachos. Once we're done that, we're gonna use half of our cheese, but only about a third of our mozzarella. For this, you can see there's holes everywhere. We're just gonna put a little bit of mozzarella in all the holes. What that does is it melts and it turns into cheese crisps. And then we're gonna put it along the edges, and then we'll do the cheddar. The cheddar just kind of goes everywhere. Make sure you try and get a little cheddar on each chip. Now we're gonna do this all over again. There, now our second layer is laid out just like we did our first layer. Now for your last layer of cheese, it's done reverse as the first. I start with the cheddar. We're gonna put it more in the center, but still everywhere. Now with your last little bit of mozzarella cheese, you're gonna prioritize putting it along the edges. This will make your nachos look amazing and give it that really good cheese crisp. Once you've done that, the rest will just sprinkle in the center. Now, now everything's on the nachos, and we're gonna bake those in the middle of your oven for 24 minutes. Our timer has gone off, so now we're going to broil it. We do it on low for just a couple of minutes. Make sure your oven light's on and you're keeping a close eye on them. You just want it to be just a tiny bit more melted and crispy. We use a large wood cutting board that Trevor made, and that's about the same size as our baking pan, and we're gonna slide the nachos onto this when they're done for serving. Instead of serving it with the hot pan, it just looks a little better. Now, how crispy you want them is up to you. We like them super crispy, so your broil time's gonna depend on how you want your nachos. Now that they're perfect and out of the oven, this is why you had to leave little shelves. We just picked them up and put them on our serving tray. And there you go, perfect portly nachos. You like that?
Yeah.